Well, good morning. Welcome to another chat with Nat. You can see that I'm drinking tea in my backyard as opposed to my normal walk and talk around the neighborhood. I have a kid who's homesick from school today, so I am taking a little break outside while she rests inside. I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about mindset as a buyer right now, particularly in Ventura, and particularly in the very competitive first-time home buyer pricing bracket. So the majority of first-time homes here in Ventura that aren't condos, that are single-family homes, are quite a stretch for the normal first-time home buyer. Our market, we've got 700,000 to 900,000, which is what I would call a first-time home, which is crazy to say. Of course, we do get houses that are below that, and they are still erupting in bidding wars even after all this time. So I have one set of buyers. They've been putting in offers on various different places, and they keep getting beat out. And even when the comps don't support these high prices, there's just so much demand from people looking in that price bracket because we just don't have a lot of inventory. I mean, I know that's been the song and the dance, no inventory, no inventory, but I'm talking like in an entire neighborhood, like a huge pocket, like half the city almost. There'll be 2 homes that come up for sale, and of course they go under contract right away, even when they're not that special in terms of what they're offering. They may even be fixers, but there's just such a high demand in that price point. Of course, you've got investors that are looking there because it's not as big of an investment, not as much capital that they have to raise. You've got first-time home buyers. You have people that want to move up or closer to the ocean. They want a slightly different neighborhood. They want to move from the inland towards the city. So it's really competitive, surprisingly, even in this market for them. So even if you're not faith-based, you can understand the old saying, everything happens for a reason. And when you look back on so many of the different opportunities or things that have happened in your life, a lot of times you see there's that little golden thread of, okay, now I see why it happened the way that it happened. And I want to remind all buyers out there, particularly our clients, that these things are happening for a reason. If you're getting beat out on all these offers, it's not the right house for you. And being in real estate and working with Karen, who's been in real estate a lot longer than I have, we can see it. Maybe not 100% when we're in the moment, but we can see it looking back on it. Yeah, this was truly the home for them. This all happened for a reason. Even though they got beat out on X, Y, Z, and all the rest of them, it really makes sense what people do end up with. So I think also listening to your intuition. I have shown a couple of houses that I thought, oh my gosh, this is perfect for them. This is exactly what they need for their first home or their investment home or whatever it may be. And something in their intuition is preventing them from making an offer. And, I may not always see it, but if you have that gut feeling, if you have that intuition, who knows, maybe it could have been a money pit. It could have been, noisy neighbors. It could have been any number of things. But I do want to stress to you to trust your intuition, but don't trust your fear. There is a difference between fear and intuition, okay? And a lot of times, specifically first-time home buyers, they panic because oh my gosh, I don't know. Is this the right house? Is this the one? I just don't know. And they start to stress out about the little things. And I don't think it's that. I think you really have to listen to your intuition. And is there something telling me that this is not the right house? Or is it me and my fear telling me this is not the right house? So when I counsel buyers, I try to talk through those things. Well, what's the worst that can happen? What's the best case scenario? How are you feeling? What does your gut say? And I just try to get them to kind of sift through all of that. I mean, I joke all the time that I'm a life coach. And on the side, I'm a realtor. Even though I do real estate full time, it feels like I'm coaching all of these people. Not to say, you have to buy this house, you should do this and that. I'm merely helping people sift through their emotions, sift through their thought processes, help them to kind of come to the realization of what they need in a house as opposed to what they want in a house, and how we can best facilitate their desires. Okay, because a lot of people will say, oh well, I really want a house in this specific neighborhood and I want it at this specific price, and I need to have these specific bedrooms or bathrooms, or I need to have a yard for this, or in 15 years I plan to retire and so I need to have blah blah blah. Well, the reality in Southern California is that you don't live in a house very long. Okay, the majority of people are moving after only a couple of years. It's especially in the millennial age bracket. We're not buying forever homes anymore, particularly here, because you can't afford to buy a forever home as your first home. They're just so expensive here. So counseling clients on, well, this is maybe where you start, gain some equity, do a little bit more saving, and then maybe we get you something here in this neighborhood. Then by the time you retire, maybe you are at the ocean so you can go and surf every day. Maybe you are next to those hiking trails that you wanted to hike on. Maybe by the time that you have children, you are in a house that has 2 more extra bedrooms. But you have to start somewhere in the home buying process, because likely you're not going to buy your forever home. It's been my experience dealing with lots of homeowners. I had a couple of, Karen and I work with all different ages, and I've seen a lot of seniors that buy their forever home and it doesn't have a bedroom on the first floor. And you don't really think about these things when you're buying it in your 30s or in your 40s, and you think, oh yeah, this is the perfect place to retire because it has a pool that I can enjoy, or it has this wonderful barbecue area. I can have all my friends over once I retire. It's in the neighborhood that I really like. And then you have a fall, or you have a medical incident, and now you can't make it up and down those stairs. So I talk to clients, well, let's look at your home. Does this serve your best needs? Is this small bedroom downstairs going to work for you as a primary bedroom? There's no ensuite bathroom, you've got to walk to the other side of the house, or there's not a shower downstairs. You need to be able to go up and down. I have clients that were looking and they ended up putting in a little elevator in their own current house because that house suited all of their needs except for the stairs, and we were able to figure out a solution that didn't involve moving to a different place, because they really still loved the home and all that it offered. So I think changing the mindset that you have to have everything perfect, all the different categories, all the things that you want in a forever home, that doesn't necessarily need to be in your first home, because families change. You may have a home that you think, okay, I'm going to live in this until all my kids are out of high school. And then your parent has a health issue. They need to come and stay with you, and you don't have a downstairs bedroom. Maybe you need to find a place with a little, mother-in-law suite or a guest house in the back. And so I encourage people from the start to find a home that is like a transformer. Something that you could, move some pieces around and figure out how it could work in multiple situations for you. Going back to first-time home buyers getting beat out on offer after offer after offer, it's really discouraging, and I sympathize so much with all of our clients. I feel like I get a gut punch myself every time I see that their offer was not accepted. And I mean, Karen and I just care so much about our clients. We want everyone to find that perfect fit, find something that works for them. And when you see something that works and then they get beat out on the offer, it really is disheartening. But again, looking back on it, Karen and I have never really seen somebody get the wrong house unless they were really rushing the decision. You just have to wait for that right one to come along, and it will fall into place. You just kind of have to trust God, the universe, that it's going to be the right fit for you. So I want to encourage you today, if you are being beat out on multiple offers, don't worry. There will be the home for you, but you may have to look outside of your price bracket. You may have to save some more money. You may have to buy a condo first and build up some equity. So just be open to the possibilities. Be open to where this home buying journey is taking you, and ask questions to me, to Karen, to your own agent if you are working with somebody else in your own neighborhood, in your own state, because I know we have people that listen from all over the place. So I would encourage you to just trust the process and enjoy the process. Look at all these different houses that you wouldn't have gotten able to see the inside of. You can get some decorating tips, get some home remodel tips. So enjoy that part of the process as well. So I just want to encourage you all today, stick with it. The right house, the right home, the right situation, the right opportunity will find you when it is time. But be open to possibilities that you maybe weren't thinking of before. So hope you all have a wonderful Monday. Cheers and take care. Again, this is Natalie Oman with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, California Properties, DRE 02085495. Now I'm compliant with all the DRE rules, so you're welcome.